Alright, next match. It's such a shame that everything in this game is locked behind microtransactions, you know what I mean? Because the game didn't sell as much as it should. So Capcom decided to put literally everything behind a fucking paywall. This game is so heavy on microtransactions, it makes the fight money pointless. This game is such a microtransaction heavy game, and I don't like it at all. I like playing the game, but I just don't like the way it is. You know, I just don't like the fact that everything is a microtransaction buying thing. The only thing I would really want to buy is the characters and maybe a few outfits. But, you know, the fight money has been pointless in the game since day one. If they were going to do that, they might as well not put the fight money in. It's just a superfluous thing. I think the only reason it's there is for people to buy the colors that don't want to do the survival mode. But I really think, and I think I said this before, I think the game should have come out January of this year. I really do think that they released it far too quickly, but they did it for Evo, you know what I mean? Fuck. 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 Oh no! Oh! Oh, come on. I blew it. Damn it. Good block. I think the only thing I've used for the fight money for the most part is the stages. Because I wanted more stages. I wanted more stage selection. Fuck. Oh damn it. Yeah, I still stand by the fact that the game should not have released when it did. It was too soon. And I think, I know I'm beating a dead horse with this, but I think Detroit Become Human really is a shining example of what years of development can do. I won't spoil it because I haven't reached that. I won't spoil the story because I haven't completed it on YouTube yet because this is going up with it. But honestly, that game is such a shining example of what you can do when you release your game at the right time, when it's actually done. You know what I mean? Detroit Become Human is only a single player experience, but it's a complete game. That is your currency's worth of money. You're getting your money's worth of that game. I don't think we're getting any DLC for it, which is a shame, because there's a couple of characters in the game that I would just love to play a DLC episode of. I would literally play a DLC with those two or three characters, but they won't. Yeah, I could literally do that, but you know, it's just, I don't know, man. This game released far too soon, and it's hurting. But at least they're taking steps. Oh, this guy's actually a good player. Okay, fair enough. That's why I got beat. But, you know, at least they're trying to fix it. With Marvel vs. Capcom, they just totally dropped it. And like, no, we don't believe in this anymore. And that's a shame, because I believe Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is a fun game. It's fun to play. But there's probably only one or two characters that I like, and that doesn't constitute me playing the game much. I kind of wish I didn't buy it now, because there's just nothing there, and no one's playing it anymore. Very few people, well, I wouldn't say no one, but very few people, I would say. And there just doesn't seem to be anything like that I want. You know, only really Venom, and that's it. So, yeah. Alright, next match. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. Fighting games are just, some of them are just coming out far too soon. You know, we need to stop this because it's hurting. The fighting game community, it's a great community, but the games are just, it just keeps falling short. The only one that's ever been so hyped and brilliantly done is Dragon Ball FighterZ. Because it did everything right. Yes, the roster is a bit small to start with, but you've just got so much there to want to keep playing. And let's be fair, Killer Instinct, you know, that had the same thing. But Killer Instinct wasn't... Killer Instinct and Dragon Ball FighterZ, if they have one thing in common, it's that there was a lot of hype around Dragon Ball FighterZ and Killer Instinct, but you know, it wasn't expected to reach the heights it did so quickly. You know, Killer Instinct and Dragon Ball FighterZ, they literally took off. People loved Dragon Ball FighterZ, the beta, and everyone was like, wow. You know, ArcSys and Namco Bandai must have been like, wow, you know, we didn't expect Dragon Ball FighterZ to take off like it did. And the same with Killer Instinct. You know, they were kind of like, we're just going to put it out there and just put 30 characters out. If we don't really make anything, we'll be alright. But it just had such an overwhelming support that they started supporting it. The thing is, I just have so many problems with the roster being mostly Goku and Vegeta. There's like 4 versions of them. Ah, I messed up. Yeah, I deserve that. But there's just like, there's 4 or 5 versions of Goku and Vegeta, and it's just kind of annoying. I mean, where's the Videls and the Chi-Chis and Satan, Mr. Satan guy, whatever his name is. You know, where's the guy that looks like Vegeta with a green thing on his right eye? I think I don't remember his name, Razak or something. I'm not sure. I mean, even like at one point, if the leaks are to be believed, we're gonna have normal Goku and normal Vegeta. Why? We've already got Goku and Vegeta Super Saiyan. We've already got Goku and Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue. We've already got Goku Black. We've already got Vegito. It's just so many like versions of the same 2 characters. I know Goku and Vegeta are 2 of the most characters in the universe, but come on, there's other characters. There's Jinro and Chi-Chi and Videl that I want. I mean, fuck it. Put Baby Trunks and put Goten. You know, that'll do. But I guess we already have like Gotens. That's what Gotens is for, I suppose. So I could probably see that if they wouldn't do that. Fuck, I really messed up. I deserve that. That was terrible. But yeah, it's like, put Baby Trunks and Goten in the game. Yeah, because we've only got maybe 2 versions of Trunks if you count Gotenks, and no Goten at all. We've only got 1 version of Goten, which is obviously infused with Trunks. So, you know, put Goten and Baby Trunks in the game. Why not? You know, at least they won't take up too much of a spot, I suppose. Rosters, man, they are important. Marvel vs. Capcom hit that home. It did. With the lack of X-Men characters, rosters at launch are important. Very important. And I think that really hits home with something like Killer Instinct, for example. With Killer Instinct, even though it didn't launch with that many characters, the system and the game was fun to play and to hold people in until there was more stuff to be released. And to be fair, Killer Instinct, to its credit, it actually made 1 character free, which was Jago. I think that's why a lot of people bought the game. A lot of people just bought the free version and played it, and that's where the support for Killer Instinct came from. There was already the fan base behind it from the original games, but the fact that it was free with Jago really opened up to more players. That's what I did. You know, I bought Jago, and I actually think I bought the whole Season 1 cast, actually, to be fair. But, you know, it introduced me to Killer Instinct.
Well, ain't you a high-def picture of strength?
Rosters are important. And I think, like I said, Marvel vs. Capcom hit that home. No X-Men characters. A lot of Marvel vs. Capcom veterans that play the series are emotionally tied to the X-Men characters. Now, for me, it's not really that important because I don't play Marvel vs. Capcom on the level that a lot of people do. I played Ultimate Marvel 3. I sucked at it, and I didn't really pick it up. I didn't really play as much as I played like Killer Instinct or Street Fighter 4. But I understand where, you know, characters can be important. The no X-Men characters just it literally killed the game before it even come out. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, as good as it is to play, it was DOA. It was DOA on arrival because there was no X-Men characters, and everyone was like, what the fuck? And then this whole thing with Marvel blew up or something, or Disney, I don't know, but... You know, character rosters, especially at the start, can be important. I mean, even in the future, you know? KI, they always had these trailers they released a character every month, and the trailers were out, and they were mostly like KI characters. Even the new ones like Conra, you know, they were KI characters. You know, it wasn't that bullshit with Injustice, where it was all fucking guest characters in DC. It's basically DC versus Mortal Kombat to a degree, with fucking Raiden and Sub-Zero in the game. So stupid. I literally dropped Injustice. I wasn't excited for any of the characters. And now they got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and fucking Hellboy in it, and no, man. Dude, I mean, there's obviously going to be some Mortal Kombat news at E3 this year. I think there's been sayings that, you know, Mortal Kombat 11 is going to be announced this year. Please just don't put any more guest characters in the series, please. Just give us Nightwolf. Just give us Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Nightwolf, Kano. Give us all those characters. Don't put the Predator and fucking Alien in there. The Alien's fun, don't get me wrong, but don't put him in there. Let's stick to the classic. Let's stick to the classic characters. Sindel, Jax. Let's do it. You know, stop with this guest character bullshit. It killed Injustice. It literally did. And I don't want Mortal Kombat to suffer the same thing. In Mortal Kombat X, they got away with it because there was only like 2 or 3, and all the rest were. And you know, there was no real classic characters, but at least it was fun to play. Despite that, but just. Ed Boon, please, just no more guest characters. It's getting annoying. Alright. But yeah, rosters are important, man. Rosters, gameplay. That's what's important. And maybe a story mode at this point, because, you know, fighting games are built on story modes. NetherRealm Studios with the masters at it. I will give NetherRealm this. The story mode's insanely good. I didn't like Injustice 2 story that much. I didn't really like it, but I liked it, but I think it's the weaker of all their stories. I do. I think it's the weakest. But rosters and gameplay are important. And content is important. Rosters, content, gameplay. That has to be what you think about when you release a fighting game. Is there enough content? Add DLC if you want. You know, add DLC. It adds to the game. That's great. But at least have enough things to hold the game down until that DLC arrives. Street Fighter got lucky. It kind of did. You know, because it launched with fucking almost nothing. You know, almost nothing. We had 3 betas, like, to test the online. And the online was great. But, you know, everyone was just using Ryu and Ken. Because, like, yeah. That's a nice combo. Rarely faced Zangief before. Wow. That beat skill kind of sucks for Zangief. I think they might have nerfed it. Either that or just got lucky, I'm not sure. Yeah, man, focus on the important stuff. I mean, Soul Calibur 6, to its credit, has taken a lot of lessons learned from Tekken 7. Tekken 7's roster isn't the greatest. There's a lot of heartfelt characters missing, like Lei and Armor King and all that. You know, the Tekken 7 roster wasn't terrific. I would agree with that. Oh fuck. That's gonna hit. But to be fair, I know Tekken has a lot of guest characters, and it has 2. It only has 2 though. 3 if you count Akuma. Geese, Lactus, and Akuma. Only 3. Injustice has what, like almost 10. If you count the whole entirety of the fucking turtles. 5 turtles, Hellboy, Raiden, Sub-Zero. That's like 8. Oh, I didn't have enough meter. I win. Yeah, it's just start with the guest characters. And just, yeah. But fighting games are just coming out too quickly to come and compete with Evo and, you know, be an Evo event. Not compete in Evo, that's stupid. Be an Evo, like, be a venue at Evo, you know? They're looking to put their games out to be featured in the next Evo coming out. And it's like, no.